striving for. When I get to heaven, it's going to be in the calling of God in Christ Jesus, and that's the mark I'm pressing to.
Amen.
I've got a finish line, and I'm focused, and I've got a singular thing on my brain is to press towards that mark and to get there, and I'm going to see it through. And now Paul, when he started out, once he got saved, he was singular focused. He didn't go to the right or to the left. Everything that where God was leading, he went and did. He evangelized all over the world. He was the first missionary there. And he had a mark, and his mark was the calling of God, was to go to all these churches, to go to all these places, to go into these Greek cities that only worshiped Diana and all these other gods and didn't know nothing of Christ. Yet he went in there and preached the gospel to them because that was his calling. And he understood nothing was going to stop him from carrying out the calling God had placed on his life. And church, I'm here to tell you today, nothing should be preventing us from carrying out our calling that God's placed on our lives, whether it's reaching people or reaching your community, or maybe it's just serving right here in the church. Each of us have a calling, and we got to get an urgency about pressing towards that mark, about pressing towards that finish line, about understanding that God's got a calling on our life, and we have to listen to that call and heed that call. You can run for that calling for many years, but God has a way of bringing it back to you. I heard many preachers that was called to preach at an early age and ran for years and years from that calling, and yet they gave in eventually. It may have been 10 years down the line, but they gave in to that calling because that calling don't leave you. And just because you want to deny that calling don't leave you. Paul says, I've got a calling, and it's the mark of the calling of God, and I'm going to press towards it. I press towards that mark. He don't say I walk towards it. He said I press towards it. I'm trying to get to that because that's my finish line, and that's where I'm trying to be. And I know that I can't be anywhere other than there. And so we have to be the same way. We have to get that urgency. The way Paul said he's pressing towards it, we have to press towards that mark as well. And understand that there's all these little things in the world we get bogged down in. All these things that we get so caught up in, and they're not bad in of themselves. But when we realize that's taking our focus away from God, that we're called to be something greater. As Solomon said right here, it's all in vain. Vanity of vanities. All this is vanity. All these things on this earth are in vain. All this labor we do is in vain if we're not understanding why we're here. We're here because God put us here, and He's put a calling on our life. And we have to press towards